Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Marina. I'm a certified lash tech based in Toronto, Canada, and I like making lashing videos. And today we will be focusing on lash wrapping. However, before I get into my video, I would like to put out a disclaimer that the methods and techniques that I am sharing with you guys are solely just what I like to do and what I like to prefer. In no way, shape, or form am I saying that this is the only way to do lash extensions, because while you start to lash and you go on your journey of doing lash extensions, you'll realize that some techniques will work for other people but not necessarily work for you. So it's always good to kind of explore different techniques, and this is why I have this channel, to be able to kind of share with you guys different ways that you can try lash extensions. But I do encourage you guys to do research with different videos and even online through articles. So getting into this video talking about lash wrapping, as you can see, as I applied that lash extension to the natural eye, I was wiggling it a little bit. And when you wiggle the top of the lash extension, it kind of allows the base to open up, so this way that the natural lash will get into that center of the base. When the glue dries, your natural lash is now in the middle of the extension, therefore increasing retention by a lot. And this is great because, you know, with classic lashes, you're just kind of applying them on top or on bottom, or however you like to apply classic lash extensions. However, because it's just one lash, the retention isn't as great as a fan. And this is why I always recommend to my clients who want long-lasting lashes, who can't come back too often, to maybe consider getting a hybrid set or a volume set if they like the drama. This is because it just lasts longer. However, if you are using pre-mades, then that's a different story, and it's kind of like applying it like a classic lash. However, I did see a video of wrapping pre-mades in a certain way, so if you guys want, you guys can check that out. You're just gonna have to look on YouTube and just type it in. So as you can see here, the under eye pad came up. Now, this doesn't happen to me often, but I did notice some of her bottom lashes sticking out from the under eye pad, and it was kind of pointing through upwards towards the top lashes, and it was really hard for me to differentiate where the top lashes and bottom lashes were. And the last thing I want to do is lash the bottom lashes, because it is really uncomfortable to remove them for the client. So I try to stay away from lashing any of the bottom ones, but it's so hard to tell when they aren't taped down properly. So I did have to retape them, and that is just me showing you guys how I did that. The glue did not hurt her eyes in any way, shape, or form. She was okay. So even though we're in the middle of the set, she did open her eye, but she was fine. And another thing I want to add when talking about applying lash extensions is that not every single fan that I'm applying is going to be wrapped around that natural lash. Sometimes the glue dries too fast and I can't do that little wiggle, the little wiggle that I do. But however, when I'm applying any of my lash extensions, as long as a natural lash is more than halfway on the extension, then usually I think that it's fine to leave, because when it adheres to the entire lash, or even like more than halfway through, I know that it's gonna hold very well. However, if it's going to be like holding on by just the end or just the base of that lash, it's gonna be really easy to pop off when the client is washing them or brushing them, or even just like on their daily lives. It can fall off from wind. So you want to make sure that the natural lash is adhering to that extension as much as possible, and you want to make sure that you're getting as much as that natural lash onto the extension. Sorry if I sounded a little redundant right there, but I just wanted to really emphasize that. And also, as you can see, when I'm isolating, you can see that I'm using my fingers a little bit. And sorry for the one side of the eye, my hand does cover the camera lens, but you can see on the next eye here that I kind of move around the lashes with my finger. I use my ring finger, and I know some people might be a little bit weird that I'm using my hands for isolating, but I wash my hands and I sanitize my hands and I use the pinch method anyway. So to make these fans, I'm already using my hands and I try to be as sanitary as possible, so I really don't think that there is an issue with it. However, if you aren't comfortable, you don't have to use your finger. But I do find that the finger is a great way to help assist moving those lashes around. It allows it to really open up and get that one eyelash that you're trying to isolate and have that perfect application that you are looking for. And obviously, I'm not perfect. There's been times, especially when I switch glues, that the retention is a little off. So just recently in this video, I am using LYON lashes. I think that's the name, LYON lash glue, and I do like it. However, prior to me moving, so I did move again, I was using the STACY lash glue, and the STACY lash glue is an extra strong glue, and it's supposed to help with retention and kind of like have it so that I believe they said like 6 weeks. Sometimes I guess it could last that long, but I mean, I wouldn't really bank on the 6-week mark. However, I did notice that it does increase retention. The STACY lash glue though is really strong with their fumes, so just be careful. And it's also for expert lash techs who can lash pretty fast. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert yet. I have been lashing for about 2 years now, and I do find that with the STACY lash glue, you have to move very fast because the drying time is like, I think it's like 0.5 seconds or something like that. So it dries really, really fast. So you want to make sure that if you are a beginner, try to find a glue that's going to be a little bit slower drying time. But because when I switch glues and I'm not used to the drying time, the retention can be a little off. Now, if this happens and your client goes home and a bunch of lashes have fallen out and they're kind of upset or whatever, try to do your best to accommodate them. So this happened to me actually this week. I had a client and I switched to STACY lash glue. I guess I wasn't working fast enough so that the base of the lashes wasn't adhering to the natural lash properly. When she got home, about 7 to 10 lashes fell out. That hasn't happened to me in a few years, like the whole lashes falling out when you go home type of thing. But whenever I do switch glues or switch my environment, it affects the retention because I'm just not used to it. So what I did was I offered her a free fill because she couldn't come back the next day because she was going on a trip, which I felt even worse about. And then I also offered her a 10% discount for the fill afterwards. Now, some might say that's a little excessive, Marina, but for me, I think that customer service will always come first, and I don't want my clients thinking that I don't take what I do seriously, or to think that I don't think it's a big idea, or especially I don't want to blame them for anything. So I know that definitely was my fault, and just having that communication and building those relationships with your clients. Of course, at the beginning, she was a little bit upset, but later on, she was just so thankful and said that she'll definitely be back for that free fill and that I should not stress. Although I was stressing, guys, because I take what I do seriously, and it is a little bit embarrassing to not be able to give the client what they came for or even what they paid for. So at the end of the day, you want to give people the money's worth. It is so important to me for the client to know that I care. And anytime that you have any issues with clients, just try to keep a positive energy. And sometimes if you have to fire clients if they're being very rude or hostile, then feel free to do so. This is your business at the end of the day, and it is something that you need to take professionally, especially if this is not a side hustle type of job. Like, this is something you want to be doing for the rest of your life. Customer service is really important, and that just goes for any type of business. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And so this kind of concludes my little talk. Stay tuned for the very end of this video to see the full results. I decided to slow the videos down a little bit so you can kind of see that I'm not working at hyper speed, because I do time lapses a lot, which I still will be doing in the future, but I want to change it up a little bit and give you guys different kinds of content. If you guys have any ideas for content or want me to cover something for a certain topic on lash extensions, please leave me a comment or DM me on Instagram. I have been getting a lot of DMs on Instagram lately, and it's been really, really great. If you guys can also follow my social media, that would mean a lot to me. I am trying to grow my Instagram. I definitely need to work on that, but my YouTube channel is where I do a lot of my marketing, but I also do want to increase that follower count on my Instagram. So please follow it if you guys like my work and like my videos. So stay tuned for the next 3 minutes and then you'll be able to see the end results. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate everybody's support and your kind words. My channel is constantly growing every day and it makes me super excited. So I'm really grateful for each and every one of you for watching. I post every Sunday around 6:30, and if you can, please leave a like and a comment, and if you are new here, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe. But if you don't want to, that's okay. Just thank you for watching. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye!